out of you a little bit there? Or?
Yeah, I just fail. Can't really talk about it too much.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, thanks. How have you seen the rookie crop kind of come along? DK, Gary, Ursula, and all those guys?
I think each and every one of them been doing a really great job. I think from OTAs, they got to learn playbook. They kind of got to learn where they fit in, what positions that we want them to be able to play, whether it's an outside, whether it's a slot, and just being able to see how well they've done from OTAs to coming back now. A lot of them are making like really great catches, really great plays, just being able to stand out. When we go back in film, everybody posts Pete shows highlights, and a lot of them are making highlights every day, and that's exactly how you make this team.
So you're working with you and DK were kind of working to the side over there, but to start, there's some. Do you have some words of advice for him during those kind of sessions, or things that things you can kind of tell him about some of that stuff, or?
I mean, that stuff is really just working on footwork, doing ladder stuff, because the more you get into camp, the more you get into a routine, and you stop working on your footwork, whether it's getting in and out of breaks or whether it's just working on just foot firing, especially for releases, you start getting lackadaisical. You start not being able to do releases the way that you normally do just because you stop working on it. In the same way that you try to work to get yourself prepared for camp, you want to continue to try to do that at the same time, because we're not even doing as much as we're going to be doing throughout the season.
What are you more vocal about now, especially with the young guys, that you would not have been as vocal about last year?
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty much the same. I don't think there's different things that I can talk about now that I haven't talked about before. A lot of my stuff is more so one-on-one. If people have questions or concerns or whatever it may be, I try to give them the best advice that I can, or if I was in the same situation, kind of try to tell them the story that happened to me that may have been similar to what they may be dealing with, whether it's on the field, whether it's off the field. But the biggest thing that I really try to let them know is just to be yourself, because that's the whole reason why they brought you here, and that's the only reason that the coaches are going to be able to see where to place them and where they fit in the scheme of things and the way we play on offense or even the way that we play on special teams.
How behind is Gary Jennings with the time he missed? What's he had to catch up on?
I mean, I don't really think he was behind. I think it depends on how you look at it. Like, he wasn't out here being able to do a lot of the field work stuff, but he was able to learn everything mentally, and it's all about visual. Some people are visual learners and they don't always have to do it out there on the field. Some people, they might have to be able to not only learn it visually, but they have to be able to come out here and actually be able to do it to kind of get the feel of how certain things are supposed to look. But I think he's done a great job, especially when he's came back. A lot of people didn't know what to expect, and I think he's been doing good. He's been running past people, showing his speed, showing what he can do, using great hands. So I think the biggest thing is you can't worry about the time that he missed, because now that he's missed, a lot of times you're looking at it now like, well, how prepared are you? How well did you prepare yourself with understanding the plays, being able to get yourself open, understanding what routes adjust and what routes don't adjust, and I think he's been doing good at that.
Why do you do the speed ladder without cleats on?
Because I just don't feel like wearing cleats.
Tyler,
sometimes my feet hurt, so I just take them off.
It's been a couple months since Gino and Paxton got here, but what's been your take on the new quarterbacks coming in and getting up to speed with them and what they bring to the table for you guys?
Yeah, I think each one brings something different. Obviously, they have experience with other teams, and it's just them being able to continue to get comfortable, continuing to figure out what it is that we want them to be able to do on the team, but also being able to showcase their talents and abilities and what's allowed them to be able to stay in the league. I think that they've been making some great throws. A lot of receivers been making tough catches. I think each day they're progressing and doing good things. I just think that it's going to be a battle, and whoever wins is going to win.
With Russell, people talk about what an incredible deep ball thrower he is and kind of how high his throws go. When you first got here, was that a challenge at all, or have you ever seen anybody kind of throw it like that to you before? Or?
I mean, I think regardless of who's the quarterback, you just got to learn how to adjust to them. You got to learn what they're really good at, and you just got to be able to work on those types of things. So if you were to go in the offseason and work out with, say, other receivers, the way that they might work out might not be the way that you work out, because they might be working out based off of what they need to do to be prepared for their quarterback, but you know what you need to do to be able to get right for your quarterback. And so being able to work on those things and being able to master those things allows you to be able to be in a better position. So when you come back, you've already worked on things that are different than what other people may work on.
Do you ever get amazed about, I mean, how high Russell throws some of those? Like that, maybe that throw against Kansas City last year?
I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, but at the same time, it doesn't surprise me as much because I have to catch punts that are kicked that high too. And so you kind of get used to being able to know how to adjust to it, how to be able to see it, how to position yourself, where to be able to catch it. So because of those things, whenever I see the ball up in the air, it allows me to kind of see kind of where I need to be at in order to be in the perfect spot.
The mock game is on Saturday. Is that something you guys look forward to as players? Something to change things up a bit and get out of here and go somewhere else?
I think every day is pretty much the same. When you look at camp, we don't even know what day it is. Like every day is literally a grind, and a lot of times we practice the mock game out here. It's just just a different situation. Sometimes people are supposed to be on sideline. We're not really on the sideline like that, but every time we move the ball out there, that's pretty much a mock game, and you try to put yourself in a game day situation, whether it's with flags being thrown or whether it's third down and long, third down and short, 1st and 10, whatever the case is. But I mean, I think it's something that'll be different this year just because we're going to a new place. It won't be out here, so a lot of people are gonna have to get comfortable with where we're at and then be able to perform.
You still plan on doing kick return, punt returns this year?
That's the plan. Like I said, dude, all of it plus punt at K-State. So the more you can do.
Have you been able to learn like